Hey everyone, Nathan here, and welcome to today's training session. I'm really excited that you're here because today I'm going to share with you some invaluable knowledge that will undoubtedly put your business in front of more potential clients who are online right now and they are looking for the exact services and products that your business offers. Now, whenever a local business hires me to get them more leads and sales for their products or services through their website or online presence, there is always a universal set of things that I start off with doing each and every single time, and today I'm going to teach you that exact method from start to finish. This foundational work is what every business needs to do no matter what niche or market you are in. I've helped all kinds of businesses from chiropractors, massage therapists, surf camps, convenience stores, restaurants and cafes, you name it. No matter the business, I followed this exact blueprint each and every single time because if this foundational work is not set up properly, you'll be struggling an uphill battle when you get into more advanced marketing strategies where you'll be throwing thousands and thousands of dollars away. So it is crucial that you as a business owner takes care of these foundational steps before ever investing into more expensive advanced marketing. In fact, here's a snapshot of a chiropractor client who I've had the pleasure of working with over the past few years. We have done everything from a complete overhaul of their website from an ugly Yellow Pages design that was doing essentially nothing, now to a growing asset that will only get better over time and continue to be generating revenue for his business. So whether you're a small business who doesn't even have a website, or maybe you've had a website and been set up online for a few years already, I assure you that you will find the knowledge in today's training extremely valuable. Because unless you're already spending thousands of dollars a year on your marketing efforts, you're probably missing out on thousands of dollars each year by not having done the things we are going to cover today. I'm going to teach you how to make sure your online presence is set up for success from the very first step to the last without ever having to hire another person to do it. In fact, you could essentially get this all done in one weekend. Over the next few weeks to months, you could see an increase of business flowing through your doors. I'm going to show you exactly what I do for every one of my clients that pays me thousands of dollars. Even if you're not a technical person, I'll even show you how you can outsource this work very easily. I'm going to show you how I took our chiropractor client from 250 website visitors a month to over 1,200 a month and growing. You'll also see how we took a small family-run restaurant in Bali, Indonesia to record-breaking highs on TripAdvisor and Google Maps. You're also going to see how even if you already have a website or a Google Maps listing, that you are probably leaving thousands of dollars on the table because you haven't set them up properly. If you build it, doesn't ultimately mean that they will come, and this has been proven time and time again for every business owner I've worked with. And if you stick around to the end, I'm going to give you my entire bulleted checklist of everything that I mentioned in this video, so you can give that to your current website developer, designer, marketer to easily begin implementing everything I mentioned in today's training. Now, before we start with today's training, I need to go over some basic housekeeping to make sure everyone here is on the same page of what to expect in this training. Here's my primary goal for you: to show every single business owner here these three things. You can get more leads and sales by easily implementing these strategies in a single weekend and begin to see results in the next few weeks to months. 2, you don't have to hire anyone new, and you can give this training to your current website developer/designer. And 3, to teach you how you can generate hundreds, if not thousands, of new visitors to your website over the course of the next year. Why is this important to you? Learning how to do this will greatly improve your website and online presence and turn it into an ever-growing asset. When you have the ability to know how to generate more leads and more sales through your website, you have the ability to stand out among the competition in your space. Most small business owners do not know or even care to implement these strategies, thus leaving their business vulnerable to easily being taken over by someone who has this knowledge. I'll give you a perfect example. Back in 2019, I turned down a marketing position from Glacier Media in Prince George, BC, because I wanted to take a different direction with my business. If you're a small business owner in Prince George, BC, the online marketing opportunity is wide open. The only problem is that many business owners don't think they need that online stuff. So if you were a chiropractor from Vancouver spending thousands of dollars each year on your marketing efforts, and you decided to take your business up north to a place like Prince George, you'd see that you could easily take over the online market in your first year or two and spend a fraction of what you were used to spending in Vancouver. And that's exactly why I say most small business owners do not know or care to implement these strategies, thus leaving their business vulnerable to easily being taken over by someone who has this knowledge. All right, I know you're eager to finally get to it, and I am too, so let's begin. In total, it's probably going to take me around 90 minutes or so to go through everything, so please make sure you're paying attention. I'm going to be coming at you like a fire hose, but don't worry because this is recorded and will be available for you to come back to, but I would recommend, if you can, to go through the entire thing and get started on implementing everything I mentioned in the training so you can get results sooner than later. Because once all of this is done, it's kind of like a fine wine and will only get better as it ages. Now, a little about me behind the screen. I'm going to keep this short, but it's best you know who's behind the camera with you today. My name is Nathan, and I started my career in the Canadian Forces as a vehicle technician based out of Edmonton, Alberta back in 2006. It was my dream to be in the Army right from high school, and I thought I would be with them until I retired. 2 years into that adventure, I had hit an all-time low with my newfound dream of joining the Army. It was an extremely difficult time for me because I thought this is what I was going to do for the rest of my life. So if I wasn't going to be in the Army, then what was I going to do? All I know is that I was not happy, and no matter how many people told me how crazy I was for leaving such an opportunity or to think about the pension, the full medical, and the dental, I knew deep down that I was not happy and that my own happiness is what mattered to me the most. So in 2010, I finished my 4-year contract and left Edmonton to live in Vancouver. I didn't even have a job or even a plan, but I knew in my heart that before I could figure out a plan, I had to take care of what was causing me pain. For the next 5 years, I had worked in all kinds of jobs like sales at the Pacific Center Apple Store, Volkswagen in the Richmond Auto Mall. I ran construction jobs at places like Destination Toyota Burnaby and also 745 Thurlow right in the heart of downtown Vancouver. In 2016, I sold all of my belongings and took off to Australia with a one-way ticket and nothing but 2 suitcases and a backpack. Little did I know this adventure would turn into living abroad for 3 years and seeing 7 beautiful countries like Australia, Nepal, China, Singapore, Malaysia, Hong Kong, and Bali, Indonesia. I came back to Canada back in 2019 to help take care of my elderly dad, who unfortunately passed away in early 2020, which I'm thankful for, so him and my mom don't have to see what has happened to this beautiful country, and I can be happy that they are in a better place during these times. And over the past few years until now, I've been focusing on getting more clients for my side business so that I could eventually turn it into my full-time business and be able to help even more small business owners like yourself. So now that you know a little about my background, let's say you just hired me on to get you more leads and sales through your website. Here's exactly what I would do for your business no matter what niche you were in. I've broken this entire training into 3 parts that are easy to follow. Part 1 is going to be all about your website. Part 2, your Google Maps business listing. And then finally, part 3, all about business citations. Don't worry, we'll take a deep look into all of these, as all 3 parts contain many things I do for each of my clients. Part 1 is going to contain how's the copy on your website, what's the website built on, what market is it in, how old is the domain, are you paying for ads, who are the competitors, what hosting do you have, are the images compressed, are competitors paying for ads, what is the website speed, is there a schema code on the site, what plugins are you using if any, does a site audit show any errors, is there any articles, blog content, does it have Google Analytics and Search Console, is it a local business or clients from around the country or world. As you can see, that's a lot of information I want to know right away about your business website. And after we go through all that, we'll go through part 2, your Google Maps business list. First off, do you even have one, and is it claimed? How are the photos, the videos? Is messaging enabled? What about the description? When was it at last updated? Is the website on the listing? What about reviews? Are there any products on the listing? Is the entire listing filled out properly? Are there multiple locations? What about duplicate locations? And how many reviews do your competitors have? Is the name, address, phone number correct? We are going to go deep in all of this information so you can make sure that your business listing is 100% completed properly. And then we're going to move on to part 3, which is all about business citations. Are they mostly correct, meaning the name, address, phone number, hours, etc.? Are the usual ones present like Facebook, Yelp, Yellow Pages, etc.? Are there any social media accounts as well? Now, what you just saw is the exact 3-step formula I use on any brand new client that comes to me wanting to increase their leads and sales through their website. Now, let's break down everything so you know what to do with each item. And I know for a fact that if you implement these changes, you will see positive results for your business. So get out a pen and paper because it's about to get real. Step 1, all about your website. How's the copy? Copywriting is what your potential clients will see and read when they land on your website, so you better make it good. Let's take a look at my chiropractor client. As you can see, when a potential client lands on this website, the first thing they'll see is this slogan. Now, why did we choose this to be the first thing people saw? It's because we did what's called customer research and found out that friendly, knowledgeable, and effective chiropractic care is what people really wanted. Now let me ask you a question. What if we had something like Burnaby's cheapest walk-in chiropractic clinic? Do you think we'd reach a different kind of potential patient than if we had what we currently do on the website, Burnaby's choice for friendly, knowledgeable, and effective chiropractic care? Now, where did we get this customer research? I'll show you what I did. I went to a website called Fiverr, and I hired this guy to take all the reviews from 5 of the best chiropractic clinics in the greater Vancouver area and put them all into a document for me. What I did is I took all of these reviews and put them through something called a keyword density tool, which tells me the most used words in the document. The words that kept coming up were knowledgeable, friendly, and effective. So since I saw this, do you think it would have been smart to put Burnaby's choice for experienced, nice, and practical chiropractic care? No. Because you want to use the exact words that your potential clients are already using and wanting. You may think experienced and professional are quite similar and would be okay to use, but to your potential client, they could mean 2 very different things. So after I knew what words were being repeated over and over by the patients themselves, I then went through all the reviews one by one to see what people liked and didn't like about chiropractors. So let's take a look at the website again. Here you can see that we added some copy that says, the mission of our chiropractic center is to provide you with safe and effective treatment that is personalized to you and your specific condition. We make sure to listen to you and let you know that we genuinely care about helping you get better. We will help you understand what is causing your specific condition and provide you with ways to help prevent it in the future. Now, we didn't just pull this out from thin air like most business owners do with the copy on their website. That was placed in there because that's exactly what hundreds of patients wanted when they were looking for a chiropractor. They wanted to be reassured that it was safe and effective. They also didn't want to just be cracked willy-nilly and sent on their way. Not only did they want their issue to be heard, but also to be understood and to have a treatment plan that was not just a one-size-fits-all. They wanted to know that their specific problem was being dealt with. I'll give you another quick example before we move on. Let's say you went in to buy a car and said to the salesman, I'm looking to buy a car. I like one that has a lot of get up and go. Plus, I want all the bells and whistles and latest tech. And I like a color that stands out. And I want something that looks sleek too. The salesman looks at you and says, I've got the perfect car for you. We just got it in for 2022. This car has so much power and torque. It has all the newest features out on the market today. And this color is unique to this model only. And I must say, the car is quite snazzy looking too. Do you see where the salesperson went wrong? Because what you were looking for in a car was a lot of get up and go. Bells and whistles, latest tech, color that stands out, and looks sleek. And what did the salesperson give you? None of what you wanted. So you left and bought a car across the street at the next dealership because you didn't feel heard or understood. That is why customer research and copywriting is so important to your business. So what you want to do is take the time and get to know who your customer avatar is, what do they want, what are their pains, hopes, and dreams, and how do they themselves describe them. The better you can show them that you can offer them a solution to their problems, the more likely you will deal with the exact people you love to deal with, and they'll be happy to do business with you, even if another business may be cheaper or faster. So let's move on to the next item on the list. What's the website built on? You can build a website on many things like Squarespace, Wix, WordPress, etc. Knowing what your website is built on will determine what you're working with, whether that's a good thing or not. If your website is built on something that is poor quality, then you could be wasting your time and money trying to fix everything else, but not taking care of the actual problem. If you already have your website built on something like Squarespace, Wix, or even Duda, that's okay for now, but just know that the very best option would be to go with WordPress. Personally, I only work with businesses whose websites are built on WordPress because of the customization and flexibility of it all. On to the next thing. What market is your business in and who do you serve? Let's say you're a naturopath, then you're in the health industry. Your potential clients would be people who are sick and looking to get better, or they are looking to prevent sickness. It's quite general, but that's exactly the point. You need to know what market your business is in so you know who to market to and who your competitors are. You'd be surprised by how many business owners say my product is for everyone. Let's say you were a 30-year-old male personal trainer, no kids, and you marketed your personal training services to everyone. Now, what if a woman just had a baby and was wanting to get back into shape after having a kid? Do you think you could speak directly to her needs? So just make sure you know what market your business is in and who you serve. Moving on, how old is the domain of your website? This is the www.yourdomain.com. The older the domain name, the more credibility it has in the eyes of search engines like Google, DuckDuckGo, Bing, etc. If your domain name is brand new, that's okay. You'll just have to work a little harder to go up against the more senior websites online. So make sure you know how old your domain name is, because you could be holding on to a seasoned domain that has a lot more potential than your competitors. What is the current speed performance of your website? Back in 2006, Amazon found that every 100 milliseconds in added page load time cost them 1% in sales. This has now become one of the most referenced data points surrounding page speed and web performance, standing the test of time as a clear example for why having a fast site is important. The speed of your website is crucial for good user experience. You have to remember that we live in a world where we expect things to happen in a moment's notice. So if your website takes a fraction too long to load up, people are exiting the page and going to your competitors. This is easily seen by the popularity of apps like Snapchat, TikTok, and Instagram stories. People don't have the attention span to sit and watch even a 3-minute video nowadays. Time magazine says the average attention span for the notoriously ill-focused goldfish is 9 seconds. According to a new study from Microsoft Corporation, people now generally lose concentration after 8 seconds. Your website performance could be causing potential clients closing your website and going to your competitors instead, costing you thousands of dollars each year. Now, you can simply go to gtmetrics.com, put in your website domain, and see what your results are. Fixing many of the things we are going to be talking about today will help increase the speed of your site. If your website is slow, you are losing out on a lot of potential business. You'd be surprised by how many websites have such a poor website speed rating. So make sure you know where your website stands. Next up, what hosting do you have for your website? Quality hosting is making sure your website runs fast, especially as you begin to grow and get more visitors visiting your website. However, there are some bad ones out in the market, and you may have your website running on one of them. Some of the ones you want to avoid if you can: HostGator, GoDaddy, Bluehost. Unfortunately, these are some of the biggest names in the industry, so likely many business owners will have one of them already. Some say that they are slow on purpose so that they can upsell you on buying the upgrades. Think of it kind of like how Apple was caught slowing down older phones on purpose, making you feel like you needed a new phone. Hosting that you want to consider, depending on your needs, are WP Engine, Cloudways, SiteGround, or InMotion. These are some of the fastest options for your website, so you don't have to worry about missed client opportunities because of a slow website. So make sure you're having nothing but high quality, fast, reliable website hosting. Are the images on your website compressed? Most business owners don't need 50 megapixel images on your website. High definition images significantly slow down the performance of a website if they are not compressed. That's why compressing your images is essential before ever uploading them to your website, so you do not affect the performance of your website. You can easily use online tools like compressedjpeg.com or tinypng.com. Simply just upload your images and it will do it automatically, and then you re-download them afterward. The problem here is that these work well for images you're about to upload onto your site, but what if you already have a bunch of images on your website that are not compressed? On WordPress, you can use plugins that will compress them automatically for you. Keep in mind that not all plugins are the same, so it's a personal choice of the many options. Here's a great article that reviews some of the best image compressions plugins for WordPress. Make sure your images are compressed before uploading to your website, or else you could be making your website unnecessarily slow and losing out on business to your competitors. Now, what theme are you using, if any? Some websites use themes. If so, it's best to always use a high quality theme that you pay for rather than a free option. The reason for this is because it all comes down to the code in the background of the website. If you have unnecessary code or bad code, your website can be slow or even causes errors and potentially conflict with other aspects of the website and crash. So don't cheap out on a theme for your website, because it could cost you hundreds, if not thousands of dollars a year on business. Is there schema code on your website? Schema code is many things. If you're a local business, you would want local business schema code on your website. This helps tell search engines like Google what your website is all about. You can even get a bit more precise, like local business dentist. If you were to type in Coca-Cola, you would see the company information is displayed That is a sample of what schema code is. It shows a description of the company, stock price, CEO, founded year, etc. You can do this for many things like asking a question. What are the top rated winter tires? Here you'll see a list of options for tires. This is done by schema code. Schema code can be so many things depending on your business and needs, so just make sure you're using proper schema code for your website. Next up, what plugins are you using, if any? Websites like WordPress have the ability to install third-party plugins. These can be for all types of things to make building your website a little bit easier. So if you wanted to show reviews or testimonials on your website, you may actually install a plugin that allows you to quickly achieve this. Or maybe you want an easy way to add a sliding photo gallery. A plugin can help you with this. The problem is that many people install many plugins for anything and everything. You have to remember that you have your hosting, you have your WordPress, third-party theme, and then you have a bunch of third-party plugins. All of these can conflict with each other and make your website quite fragile, because if one of them updates and is not compatible with any other things mentioned above, your website can crash, and no website equals no money. Having too many plugins can cause too many opportunities to make your website fragile and crash. Plus, having too many plugins can also cause your website to be bloated of code, which results in slow performance as well. So only install what you truly need and nothing more. If you have to pay for a plugin, make sure it's high quality. Another thing that is very popular are what are called website builder plugins. These plugins make designing a website very easy, needing to know very little code, if any at all. The only problem with these builders is that they use an enormous amount of code for your website. A simple website could get poor performance ratings because of the builder you may be using. And some of the culprits are Squarespace, Wix, Divi, Elementor, and Beaver Builder. If you want to build your website using a builder plugin, consider using Oxygen. They offer many of the same great features as the other big name ones, but minus all the bloating of code in your website. Here's an excellent video showing how bloated a website can be using the common website builders. Now, here's a note. If your website is built on one of the culprits, that's not totally a game changer, because they can be optimized to significantly increase the performance of your website. But depending on your site, you could pay out upwards of $1,000 for someone to come in and improve the performance of your site. I've personally paid over $500 for a professional to increase the performance of my clients' websites before. Does a site audit show any errors? Now, if you sign up to SEMrush, you'll be able to do a free website audit. It will give you a score and tell you any errors or issues that your site may have. You always want to make sure that you fix all errors, or else search engines may think your website is poor quality, and it will be hard for people to find your business when searching online. Most businesses don't need to pay for SEMrush, so don't think you need to, because the free account can set you up with a lot. I'll show you what that looks like here. This is for a client of mine who deals with chiropractic, physiotherapy, massage therapy, etc. You can see here that the site health is at 94%. This website was newly designed recently, so it has come up with a few new errors and issues that can easily be fixed. Under the errors, I can click onto, and it will tell me exactly what's causing the error and tell me how to fix it. I can do the same thing for the issues as well. Make sure if your website has any errors or issues, you need to fix them right away. I've seen some websites with thousands of errors and issues, which I'm sure was costing them thousands of dollars each year in business, and they had no idea. To quickly show you a few other great things with your free SEMrush account, let's go back to the SEO dashboard. I'm going to click onto position tracking, which is another great feature you can use to spy on your competitors with. I can click onto overview and see my top 5 competitors that I have put into here to track not only our own results, but also keep an eye on our competitors. If I set the date to the past 90 days, I can see how we've done over that timeline. And as you can see, this website has dominated over the other websites in the local market. If we scroll down, we can easily see what keywords we are tracking, like RMT Prince George, chiropractor Prince George, massage therapy Prince George. So make sure you set up your free SEMrush account so you can keep an eye out on your own marketing efforts along with your competitors. Next up, are there any high quality articles on your website? This is a place where many business owners miss out on more visitors to their website. High quality articles do a few things for you. They will set you up as the expert in your industry. Take a look at our chiropractor client in Burnaby. We have some amazing articles on the website, but we've also turned them into free downloadable ebooks for anyone who visits the website. Setting up Dr. Marani as an expert in the industry, which he most definitely is, having close to 300 amazing reviews on Google Maps. High quality articles also increase the relevant organic keywords for your website, and having hundreds or thousands of relevant organic keywords increases the visitors to your website, which in turn helps you get more potential leads leads and clients from your website. What are relevant organic keywords, you say? Let's say you were a dentist in Las Vegas and you have a brand new website floating out in the internet ocean. When somebody goes to a search engine like Google and they type in a search term like Las Vegas dentist, let's say your website happens to show up on the listing and they click on it to arrive at your website. The search term they use to arrive at your website is what's called an organic keyword. Think of an organic keyword like different paths people can use to arrive at your website. Keeping in mind this dentist example, here's a list of 4 relevant organic keywords that someone could use to arrive at your website. Las Vegas dentist, dentist in Las Vegas near me, best dentist in Las Vegas, dentist Fremont Street, Las Vegas. Now, notice how I said relevant organic keywords, because in this example, you wouldn't want your website to be found by someone searching for a plumber in Las Vegas. So you want as many relevant organic keywords as possible. Taking a look at our client here, who you can see has an enormous growth of organic keywords for their website, which is why having high quality articles on your website helps increase the amount of organic keywords your website has, which equates to more website visitors and more leads and sales for your business. Now, next up, is your business paying for ads? If so, how much is your current budget? What is the success of the ads? And what is the landing page people arrive at after they click on the ads? These are all good things to know and which can help us know what's working or what's not working. Who are the competitors and are they paying for ads? Make a list of 5 to 10 of the closest competitors. Put them in a document file with their name, website, reviews. Are they currently paying for ads on Google or Facebook? The way to find some of these competitors is to put your main keyword into a search engine. For example, if you're a landscaper, you'd put your city plus keyword, i.e. Vancouver landscaper. You'd want to have 3 lists in your document. Those paying for ads, those in the 3-pack, and then those below the map pack, which are called the organic listings. You can also use your free SEMrush account to see if your competitors are paying for ads, and it will also give you the exact ads that they are using. So if you ever needed some inspiration, if you ever decided to start ads marketing, you can see what ads were successful for your competitors. Knowing about your competitors is extremely valuable to your business, because if they're making moves, you want to know, or else they could leave you in the dust and take business right from underneath you. Now, does your website have Google Analytics or Search Console? Google Analytics tracks your website visitors and helps you understand what people are doing on your website when they get there as well. Here's one of our clients who hired me back in January 2020. You can see from September 1st of 2016 up until November of 2020, they were barely hitting 300 visitors to their website. After we came in and implemented many of the things I'm showing you today, we have been hitting all-time highs for the past year, and this month we're on track to break another record of 1,400 visitors to the website. Now, let me ask you a question. If you had an extra 500% more visitors coming to your website, do you think you could make a few more sales each month from that? Google Search Console will show you different visitor tracking metrics as well, plus the keywords and any possible errors on your site as well. So make sure you set up Google Analytics and Search Console for your website. Are you a local business or do you cater to clients from around the country or the world? Knowing this ties into a few things like if you will need a CDN or not with your hosting. Also, you'll know how you will market your business and what schema code you would use along with other things too. So make sure you know whether you're a local or not. Whew. That was a lot, I know. That's the end of part 1, all about your website. What you want to do is go through and fix any problems that you may see with your current website, whether this is errors that show in Google Search Console or the SEMrush site audit. Maybe it's upgrading from bad hosting to good hosting. Maybe it's deleting unnecessary plugins on your site. Maybe it's upgrading your theme to a premium one. Whatever it is you need to do, make sure you get it done sooner than later. And once you're done that, you're ready for part 2. Your Google Maps business listing. Whatever your opinions on Google may be, we cannot ignore the fact that they run the show when it comes to business listings and maps. If you want to make sure that you're not missing out on business coming through your doors, you need to make sure you have a business listing on Google Maps. Remember how I said if you build it doesn't necessarily mean they will come? Many business owners already have a Google Maps listing, but when I've applied these strategies, their listings have gone way up in phone calls, website visits, and messages. Here's a few examples of people who already had an established Google Maps listing. This was a surf camp in Bali, Indonesia. After we took over their Maps listing and implemented everything I'm about to show you, their listing was now reaching 3 times more potential clients for their business. And here's Metrotown Massage Therapy, who gained an extra 2 times more potential patients after we implemented these strategies to their already established Maps listing. And here's Metrotown Family Chiropractic, whose business was in front of almost 3 times more potential patients for their clinic clinic in Burnaby. And Margot's Cafe in Prince George was pretty stagnant in exposure until we came in and took them from 16,000 to 32,000 views of their business listing. Now, this next one is a little closer to my heart. This is Gusti and I in his restaurant, Tarunian in Bali, Indonesia. For the longest time, he wanted me to do marketing for his business, but it was super expensive for him. You have to remember that locals in Bali making $500 a month is a good income. After much thought, we came up with an idea that worked for both of us. And what came next was nothing short of amazing. His listing on Google went from 2,700 to 87,000 views in a month. He went from about 200 reviews online to over 1,000 amazing glowing reviews. He had Chef Juna from MasterChef Indonesia visit his restaurant. He had one of the biggest Russian travel vloggers on YouTube visit his restaurant. He won his TripAdvisor Certificate of Excellence Award, and he even reached as high as one of the top 10 restaurants in all of Bali on TripAdvisor. Gusti is one of the nicest and most humble people you'd ever meet, and I'm so happy for him and his success. Unfortunately, 2020 changed the entire island of Bali, but he's still out there cooking with passion for the few visitors they have on the island. So if you think you already have a Maps listing and you don't need to do any of this, I assure you, I make sure to do this for my clients each and every single time. So let's get to it. Do you have a listing and is it claimed? First and foremost, do you even have a listing? If not, make sure you get it set up right away. If you already have a listing, is it claimed? Meaning, do you have full control of it to change and update your business information, reply to your reviews, etc. So make sure you have a Google Maps listing and that you claim it as well. Next up, how are the photos? In a world where everyone has amazing camera in their pockets, make sure your listing has nice looking photos. Pretend like you were a potential client for your business. What photos would you hope to see on the business listing that would make you want to choose this business over the other many choices? So make sure you add nice, high quality images that are relevant. And you don't have to worry about compressing these images like you would on your website. Now, to get a little technical, it would be preferred if you took the image file and changed the name of it to a description of the photo. For example, here's one of my clients who has a photo of a boat cover they did. When you first take the photo with your camera, it's going to save that image and name it something weird like image213.jpg. Now what you want to do is rename it to say what the image is. Here you can see I changed the file name to Caribou Upholstery, British Columbia, Custom Pontoon Enclosure, Side Curtain.jpg. Now, to get a little bit more technical, you want to geotag your images as well. You can use an online service like this one. Simply upload your images, search for your business, and you'll write the geotags to your images before downloading them. Once downloaded, I can look into the info of this image file and see the latitude and longitude coordinates of the business or city. Another sneaky trick is you can also add neighboring cities as well. For example, if your business was in Burnaby, you could geotag photos with coordinates of New Westminster, Vancouver, or even Coquitlam. So make sure you add great photos to your listing that you think your potential clients would want to see. Next up, are there any videos? Just like photos, you want to add videos that would give your potential clients more of an idea of your products, services, or the actual business. Let them see it firsthand before ever stepping foot into your business. Images and videos are going to play a big part in your potential clients from choosing you or your competitors. So make sure you add some good videos that will show them why your business is the right choice for them. 360-degree virtual tour. Want to take it to another level with your photos? Try adding a 360-degree photo to your business listing. Or you can really step it up and add a full-blown virtual tour. Your potential clients will love these photos. I currently have published 80 of these images on Google Maps with a total of 3.8 million views. That's right, 3.8 million. People love these images because they get to know so much about your business and find out if you're the right choice for them. That's why you should definitely add them to your business listing. Here's one I have at London Drugs in Prince George. These images have a total of 37,000 views. Here's another one I took for a hotel in Bali, Indonesia, The Leaf, that has over 88,000 views. Here's McBike and Sport in Smithers, BC. That has over 5,500 views. So make sure you add a 360-degree photo or virtual tour to your business listing before your competitors do. is messaging enabled in your business listing. Your Google Maps listing has a messaging service built within it. So if someone happens to see your listing and they have a question, they can press a button and immediately send you a message. So make sure you have enabled messaging on your Maps listing so you don't leave any money on the table by missing any of these opportunities. Most businesses who already have a Google Maps listing do not have this feature enabled. How is the business description? Make sure your business description is filled out and includes keywords you want to target, all while making it sound professional. Here's an example for Caribou Upholstery, and you can see that I've highlighted the keywords that we want to include in our description. Caribou Upholstery is Prince George's choice for custom boat covers and protectors. We offer the highest quality products and services to make sure your beautiful boat gets the treatment it truly deserves. There's a reason people come from across BC to get their boat covers done by us. We do covers and protectors for all kinds of boats, including jet, fishing, pontoons, and many more. If you want to protect your boat from the elements, or perhaps you want to prevent rock chips against the boat or your glass, we can help you. Call today and we'd love to help you. So make sure you fill out your business description today. Another thing is, when was the last time that your listing was updated? I want you to imagine this. Someone hops online, they're looking to find a gym near them. Let's say Google has 7 choices near you. However, 4 of those gym listings haven't been updated in years. No new photos, videos, updates, or anything. However, let's say the other 3 gyms are more active on their Google Maps listing. They update hours for the holidays, they add videos, photos, and post offers up on a regular basis. Of these 7 listings, which do you think Google is more likely to show someone searching for a gym near them? Probably the 3 businesses that are more active with their listing, because Google has no idea if the other 4 are even still open, since they haven't updated their listing in years. So make sure you update your listing on a regular basis. One way to do this is by posts, where you can actually create offers, notify special events happening, and different things. Next up, is your entire listing filled out properly? Is the business name, address, phone number, website, business hours all correct? Also, make sure to use the business name as the listing, and do not try to game the system by putting something like Best New York Plumber as your business name, because you'll regret that by getting your listing banned. There's quite a bit you can fill out within the listing, so make sure you go through it and fill it out properly. You can add payment types, categories, services, products, wheelchair access, and so much more. So make sure you comb through it all and fill it out properly. Next up, are there any products on the listing? If you sell products, you have the ability to put them on your listing. So add what you think are your top products to your listing, and this will help put your listing as a better choice when someone is making a decision between you and many of your competitors that they have to choose from. Are there multiple or duplicate locations? When you look on Google Maps, you may see that there is a duplicate listing for your business. This happens, and it's okay. You can report it, and you can actually merge the 2 into one, so all is good. For multiple location stores, make sure you fill out the listings properly so you don't get any penalties and lose your listing. So make sure you take care of any duplicates or multiple location listings. How many reviews are there? Reviews play a good part for social proof, also as an indicator for Google keywords. So make sure you get real reviews and provide great customer service so you get great reviews. And do not try to game the system with reviews, because once again, you'll definitely lose that battle. You also want to reply to your reviews and include certain keywords in your reply as well. Here's an example. Thank you for your review of our mechanic shop in Detroit. We are so glad your car is now repaired for you to enjoy again. Thanks again. And just to let you know, we also do oil changes if you need that too. So be sure to reply to your reviews strategically, but just don't be spammy. How many reviews do your competitors have? Just be sure to look out for how many reviews your competitors have, because if they have 12 and you only have 6, try to figure out a way that you can get more than them. Now, what are the top keywords used to find your listing? Under the Insights tab, in the back office of your listing, you are actually able to see exactly how people are finding your business listing. Now, you want to make sure you're getting found by high quality and relevant keywords. You may also find new keywords that you never thought of before, which could give you ideas on articles to write about for your website. Congratulations, that's the end of part 2, your Google Maps business listing. I know this is a lot, but like I said, everything you see here is the exact strategy I do for all businesses who hire me on. Also, remember that all of what I've shown you already is a lot of work, and the exact reason why most businesses don't know or care to even implement these strategies. Make sure your Google Maps business listing is completed properly before going on to the next step. One thing to know about your business website and your Google Maps listing is that they actually go hand in hand with each other. I'll show you what I mean. Let's say you were shopping for a Gore-Tex rain jacket. So you head over to Google Maps and type in Gore-Tex. Now what you want to notice is a couple of things. See how in this review, it's highlighted because someone mentioned Gore-Tex in the review. Now, that's why reviews and your replies are important to include keywords. Also, check out how over here where it says their website mentions Gore-Tex. That means Google is looking at the content on your website and using that information to put your listing in front of people searching on Google Maps, which is why writing articles on your website is key to increasing the traffic to your website or business listing. Now, let's move on to the last but not least final part. Part 3, all about business citations. Now, I'll try to explain what citations are and why they are important, but try not to get too lost in the details here. Business citations are basically business listings all over the internet that include your business name, your address, phone numbers, hours, etc. Even your Google Maps listing is a business citation itself. Now, some other well-known business citations are Yellow Pages, Silex, Yelp, Facebook, Foursquare, Better Business Bureau. There are literally hundreds of websites you can add your business listing to. There are even specific citations depending on the type of business you have, such as healthcare, law, trade services, etc. Why they are important is because one thing that Google Maps does is it takes a look at your business information, like your business name, address, phone number, hours, etc., and it compares that information to what it finds online on the other business citation listings. So if Google sees all your information is mostly correct all across the internet, then it has confidence to show your Google Maps listing to someone searching for your products or services because it feels the information on its listing is correct, since it's the same all across the internet. Now compare that to another business that has a different business name, phone number, hours, etc. on many other citations. Google wouldn't know if the information on your business listing is correct, therefore would much rather show another business that would have the same business information across the other citations online. So that's why whenever you change your business name, your address, your phone number, hours, etc., you always want to make sure your business citations online are updated as well, or you could lose out on visitors to your listing and your website. Here's an example of how Google takes reference to your listing and other business citations. Now you can see at the bottom here, there are a couple of citations Google has brought up. So make sure you get your business citations sorted out. But here's a warning for that. I'm going to tell you right now, citations work can be very time consuming. I'm talking hours on top of more hours. Think of the time that it would take to find a business citation website, sign up for an account, fill out your business information, and even have to verify your email for many of the accounts. And let's say you do this 100 times over. Now, if you're a brand new business, you'll need to build new citations. If your business information has changed, like your business name, address, phone number, hours, etc., then you'll need to go through and find all your current business citations online and make those changes to your business information. You can search online for top business citations where you can find and make accounts for your business listing. Here's a list of over 150 citations you can get started on, but there's a heck of a lot out there. You want to make sure that all your social media accounts have all correct information as well. That is the end of part 3, all about business citations. Make sure your business citations online match what your Google listing has, or you'll be leaving money on the table for your business. Now, let's recap everything we've covered. You've updated your website with high quality fast hosting, high quality articles. You've cleaned up any unused plugins, cheap, poor quality themes. You've also written better copy on your website to engage your visitors who want to do business with you. You know who your competitors are and how they are doing compared to you. You have fixed all the errors on your website. You have compressed your images to speed up the performance of your website. You have fully completed all the information on your Google Maps listing. You've added photos, videos, and even added a 360-degree photo or even a virtual tour. You've even added many new business citations and fixed old ones as well. And if you have done all of this, I want to say, first off, congratulations. This is a lot of work. Trust me, I know. So my hat's off to you. And I know that in the next few weeks to months, you are going to see some positive results for your business website and your maps listing. This is the exact strategy that I use for all of my clients to get their business in front of more potential clients looking for the exact products and services that they offer. So before you ever do any advanced marketing, make sure you take care of these fundamentals so that you have every advantage as possible over your competition. It's a lot of work, as you can easily see, which is why many business owners don't even do it. So where do you go from here? Well, if you feel confident enough to take this knowledge and run with it, please do. I support anyone who is an absolute go-getter. But I do want to leave you with some words of caution. Even though I gave you everything from start to finish, there is, of course, the very fine details to consider that you might miss and could cost you thousands of dollars a year in business. Let me ask you, what topics will you write about for your articles that will be most beneficial to your business? If you want to hire someone to write high-quality articles, who do you trust? For the website you want designed, what theme would be best for your specific needs? What about your hosting? Will you need WP Engine? What contact form plugin should you use? Let's say you knew the exact plugins that you needed for your website. How do you even begin to set up the plugins once they're installed? Some plugins can take upwards of an hour to set up if you don't know what settings to change. And what plugin is best to install your Google Analytics tracking code? How do you even verify your Google Search Console? How do you make an XML sitemap and submit that to Google? As you can see, these are only a few of the many questions that you'll most definitely have along the way. And if you have time, you can figure out the answer. However, if you're like most business owners, I'm sure it would be safe to say that your time is very valuable. Now, how would you feel if I saved you a ton of your valuable time and personally consulted with you about what your specific business needs? So rather than you stumbling through, taking 10 times longer than we could get this done for you, you could make a decision, hand it over to professionals, knowing that not only was the work getting done properly, but it was also getting done at a high quality standard as well. Now, would that be a better use of your time as a business owner? Now, you could also say that you'll just give this to your current website developer/designer, which you can definitely do. But let me say one thing. If they already knew how to do this, don't you think that it would already be done? So if you have the time and money to spend on them to learn all of this, then by all means, let them increase their knowledge. However, today, I'm going to give a few of you an opportunity to save yourself a lot of time, money, and let's face it, a whole lot of headaches. And as a business owner, I'm sure you don't need any more headaches than you already have. So here's how we're going to do that. Right now, I'm looking to work with a few businesses who are ready to get more leads and sales through their website and have the budget to get this done quickly. We are going to start right from the very beginning and make sure we do everything that is needed to increase your online exposure. If you need a new website designed and set up, we'll get that done right away. If you need high quality articles written that will generate more visitors to your website, we'll do that time consuming work of figuring out what topics to write about and how many we need. If you need your entire Google Maps listing set up properly, we'll get that done for you. So if you don't have time to trial and error the fine details of all the valuable information I just shared with you, but you have the budget to fast track yourself to get it done right away and properly, then this offer is specifically for you. Now, what about the price? You'll first need to start off with an initial consultation. Your initial consultation is where we figure out what all the problems with your website and Google Maps listing are. The cost for your initial consultation is $14.97 and is split into two payments. First, you'll pay the $4.97 deposit. Once the work is completed, the second invoice will be sent for the rest of the payment. And your initial consultation includes 1 hour introduction call. This is where you and I discuss your current business situation, what you're currently doing, what you've done previously, and you may actually let me know if there's any specific direction you'd like me to focus on. For example, Krell Wellness Center in Prince George wanted me to focus on improving the physiotherapy aspect of their online presence rather than their chiropractic or massage therapy. Next up, you've got your online presence inspection. I'll check out the entire website and online presence to see what needs to be done. I'll find out where the problems currently exist, see if we need to upgrade your hosting, your website, how many errors are on the site that need fixed, what citations do you need done, your current website speed, and how do you compare to your competitors. You'll have a complete bird's eye view of what needs to be done in order for you to start getting more leads and sales from your website. After that's all done, your cost list. After your online presence inspection is completed, I'll take my findings and put together a complete cost list to complete everything that is needed for your business, starting with the most urgent issues needed to be fixed. This is when the final invoice for your initial consultation is sent out. We'll have our final 1-hour overview call. This is where I'll go over everything with you, answer any questions or concerns you may have, the costs of what needs to be fixed on your website. Depending on your budget, I will always recommend the most urgent problems that need to be fixed first, and we will also discuss any payment options available for your project. After your successful initial consultation and you feel good about the work that's needed to be done for your website and you're excited to get started, that's when I will greenlight the project, send over the invoice for the deposit, and we'll get working on fixing your website issues right away so you can start getting more leads and sales through your online presence. Now, if any of this sounds expensive, I want you to keep this in mind. If a website is not making you money, then it's obviously costing you money and business to your competitors. Now, what if your competitor just watched this exact same video and is sending me a deposit as we speak to get started? How much is that going to cost you over the next few years as potential clients choose to do business with them instead of you? I'll give you another quick example. Let's say your average client sale was $1,000 for your business. If you only made an extra 3 sales a month for the next year after completing this work, would that be worth it to you and your business? That'd be an extra $36,000 in a year for your business, right? That means even if you had no website, Google listing, or anything, and it cost you, let's say, $12,000 to set you up with everything from start to finish, it would easily still be money well spent for you and your business. So if you're willing to invest in yourself today, I'm willing to invest in you. So here's how you can get started. Now, depending on where you are watching this training from, you have 2 options for you to secure your initial consultation with me. First option, you may notice that a button just appeared below this video. If so, I want you to click that button right now, where you'll be taken directly to the checkout page. Second option, you can actually go directly to the checkout page by visiting www.smoothranks.com/order. Either option you choose, you'll be presented with a fully secured checkout page for you to fill out. After you fill out the registration form, click the PayPal button for a window that will pop up for you to either pay with a credit card or your PayPal account. After your deposit is confirmed, you'll be taken to the next page where you'll answer a few simple questions about your business, and then you'll have the opportunity of what day and time works best for our 1-hour introduction call. Once booked, you'll get a confirmation email of our upcoming call, and that's it. It's as easy as that. I am glad that you've taken action to take care of this problem for your business, and I can't wait for you to see what a great investment decision you've made today. So once again, you can either click the button below this video or head over to www.smoothranks.com/order to secure your initial consultation. And thank you so much for joining me here on this training today, and I'm looking forward to helping you build an incredibly successful website presence for your business now and into the future. Thank you once again, and I can't wait to work with you.